Hello, this is Jo from Cranberry here. It's been a while since we did a video, so I thought it was time to talk to you about some things. Beads, of course. So we all know that Swarovski is not continuing to sell to bead stores, and I wanted to do a bit of an update on that. So the most popular products that Swarovski sell in the beading world, in my opinion, are the beads, mainly bicones. They're very popular. Stones such as rivolis, chatons, and what are called fancy stones. So think the bigger stones, like the 27mm round or the ovals or the pairs, are really lovely. And lastly, the pearls, which we've never sold their pearls because we quite like the Czech pearls anyway. So I think if you've been beading for a while, you would have used some of the Swarovski products for sure. Okay, so our current stock levels are variable. We did buy up big in some ranges, well, probably 9 or 10 months ago now. It does last a long time when you buy up big. So we have good stocks of bicones in most of the colours. A couple are low. If you love a colour, I would grab it and make sure you have enough to use. And if some of the colours are very unique that I haven't seen other people recreate, like the rose gold or metallic blue, some of the AB ×2 and the shimmers are really lovely. So if you love those, grab them and keep them in your stash. But if you're just happy using regular colours, I think they'll be quite good substitutes for those over time. Rivolis are 14 mils. Rivolis in most colours have got really good stocks. They'll last for a little while yet. 12 mil less so. We don't have quite so many of those. Our 18mm Rivolis are practically gone. I think we've got one colour left, and we haven't got many in our 16mm Rivolis either. Chatons have been flying out the door lately. There's just a few of about 5 colours left. I think another colour sells out every few days, so they won't be long before they're all gone. The other stones, and I do love the bigger stones, these are low, and I have reserved a couple of them for an upcoming workshop, which we'll tell you about soon. So that is where we are with the Swarovskis. I'll switch to my overhead camera in a minute and just remind you of what some of these are. Now, we will not be getting any more Swarovskis. Once these are gone, they're gone. Okay. In fact, they won't be selling any in a month to anyone. So it'll just be stock that's floating around that people will be able to get hold of. Okay. So let's have a look. Okay, so see, these are some of the nice bicone colours that we have. The Pacific Opal Shimmer ×2 is really quite lovely, but it's not showing well in the packet there. There we are, that's quite a good photo of it. This is the Rose Gold ×2. Absolutely lovely. And then you have things like the Fuchsia AB ×2. The packet's shining a little bit too much. So those are beautiful. And then these are some of the bigger stones. The light is not good, is it, for these stones? So hard to photograph as well. But that's the amethyst. That's the 30×20. That's one of the 27mm round stones in, that one's called Envy, that's a special coating. And then we've got some rectangles as well, that's the Montana. And don't forget the checkerboards, these are quite lovely. So those are the ones that we are running out of, sadly. So what are we doing to replace these? So we are looking at stock from the Czech Republic, which you would all be familiar with the amazing Czech products that they create there. And we're also looking to China as well. Okay, so what we are starting with are a few of the things that we have low stocks of. The larger fancy stones and a couple of rivolis and some chatons. Okay, so that's our main focus. We're gradually getting some things in, and I've started testing how they are as well. So I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison here. This is Swarovski crystal vitriol medium, and let me just take this one out of the packet. This is the an alternative brand. Now, I think this is quite a good match, so I haven't bothered to get it in the same size. I've got it in a different size. This is a 16mm, which we don't have. So I think the colour match is pretty good. We'll talk about the backings in a minute, but I think there are a few things that you need to consider with the foiled stones. One is the backing. Is it durable? One is the size the same? I know that sounds crazy because, you know, a 14mm should be a 14mm, but it sometimes comes down to how deep is that little section on the side as to whether your regular bead counts will still go round the stones. Okay, so that's something to consider as well. And also the colour. Okay, so those three things I have been looking at. And so far I'm really pretty happy with what the alternatives will provide us. Okay. Both the Chinese and the Czech crystals have been good size-wise. They're very similar to bead around, so I don't think we have to worry about that. It might just be a case of slightly easing off your attention or tightening up your tension for some of those things. These are a couple of Czech rivolis. Really nice colours and nice to work with as well. So we have got these in stock already, and I chose those because we don't have anything like that in Swarovski, yeah, so it's a different colour. There's no point having you know, two brands, different colour, the same colour rather. Now these are some rivolis that are from China. They are surprisingly really good. So the colours are really unusual and different. Yeah, lovely sparkle. The edge of them is really quite nice and fine. I think it's probably a fraction wider, but I don't think it's anything that we can live with. So those are really quite good. Also, I have some, these are really cute. These are etched chatons. I think you can see the little patterns on them in this colour a little better. They've got a little flower etched into them. So they're really quite cute, and I will be getting more of those. So you can see those there. So those are 10mm. What else do we have here? So yeah, so the foiled backing, okay. No foil backing is completely durable. So what I am suggesting is that you actually bead over the back of your cabochon completely, okay? I have old pieces made with Swarovski crystal where the back hasn't fully been covered, and where the edges rub on something, it just rubs away the foil backing, and that once you get like a mark or a blemish in that foil backing, it actually does spoil the reflective qualities from the front of the stone. So I am beading over the back of all my cabochons these days, and I will show you some of those that I've beaded over at the end of this video. So let me go back and show you some of more of the stones that we're getting in. So I have got a selection of these 27mm stones coming up. That's a Pacific opal. That's a Capri blue, I think. Here we are. We've got a white opal as well. Aquamarine. We've got a crystal AB, light Colorado topaz, a vitriol medium, a purple velvet, very dark this one, but when the light catches it you can see the shimmers of purple. I think we have some emerald, we have a black diamond, fuchsia, I think we've got a few more as well. The colours are quite similar. Perhaps this aqua is maybe slightly more washed out, and this one is, I actually haven't seen a Swarovski colour quite like that one. Okay, so I think we need to take this as an opportunity to embrace some new colours and have a play with them. They are really lovely. I also have some Rivolis in different colours as well. So this is a rose opal, which is very lovely and delicate. I've got that in a few Rivoli sizes. I don't have it in this large stone size. I do have some Rivolis in the Pacific opal to match this one. And then I've got a few random things. I've got these drops in a 13 by 18, and then a couple of things like this. Okay, that's a zircon, so that might be quite interesting. Oh yeah, I've got the drops in the purple velvet as well, 13 by 18. So you can see there's really quite a lot of choice, and I don't think we're going to have any problems getting by without those who we don't want to talk about anymore. So I haven't ordered in any bicones yet, but I don't think we need to worry about them. Even if they don't have the wonderful colours of what we're used to, I think over time they will bring in new colours. Yeah. So the bicones that I'll be getting in will be Preciosa over time. Really nice quality. Okay. So lots of these stones are not yet on the website. I've ordered them in 3 different batches, and I've just done some testing, and I am going to be having an online workshop quite soon, which I'm not going to show you in this video. It's nearly ready, but it uses a combination of stones, so we can explore the different brands, and also we will be covering in that workshop how to cover the back of stones. So all good fun coming up, so look out for that workshop. It will be on Zoom in the coming months, and these are not quite ready to go on the website yet. So these etched ones are, and the ones I showed you in packets with the labels on, those are already on the website, but these are not yet on the website yet, so we're still packing. There's quite a bit more stock than what I've showed you. So hang in there, and we should have those available for you quite soon. Enjoy this selection of stones.